At Alabama, Coach Saban talks about the process. It's about doing everything the right way all the time to be successful. While at Dex Imaging, we believe in the process as well. Do the job right and take care of your customers to help them be more successful. With locations throughout the Southeast, including Mobile, Birmingham, and Tuscaloosa, put the process to work for your business. Contact the professionals at Dex Imaging. Dex Imaging, the official copier and printer provider of the Crimson Tide.
Alabama's homecoming game against Tennessee on Saturday, October 23rd will kick off at 6 p.m. Central, the league office announced on Monday. Our radio coverage for the Tide and Volunteers in Tuscaloosa will begin at 3 p.m. across the network. Crimson Tide Today is brought to you by Dex Imaging. Crimson Tide Today is a production of the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
WTUG HD2 Northport and W265CG Tuscaloosa. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Touchdown. That championship trophy is headed back to Tuscaloosa. Now 15 dominating with this defense. Richardson breaks free on the sideline. End zone. Oh, love that. You saw the Gatorade shower this time. I love it. Clippers wide open. Tide rolling again. Alabama again, the champions of college football. The loser kicker and will not be caught. Touchdown, great. Alabama back on top. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown! Alabama wins. The Crimson Tide will not be denied. Devontae Smith cannot be stopped. Saban with his 7th national championship. National championship number 18. 13 in all. Absolute perfection.
Jay Barker led the Crimson Tide to a national championship in 1992. Winner of the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award and a finalist in New York for the Heisman Trophy. Voted the SEC Player of the Year. Drafted by the Green Bay Packers, seeing time with the New England Patriots and the Carolina Panthers. The winningest quarterback in Alabama history with a record of 35-2-1. Member of the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame. Jay Barker brings that same championship quality and football expertise to his own radio network and show. Joining him is University of Alabama professor Lars Anderson, who is also a New York Times best-selling author and a 20-year veteran of Sports Illustrated. Live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham, The Jay Barker Show.
Lamar loads up for Marquise Brown. Makes it look easy for 43. Grease, they go right over Bo Peep Keys for the touchdown. First touchdown of the night for the Ravens. Jackson has some time to throw. Andrews, unbelievable one-handed grab. How did he hang on to that one down at the 50? Jackson will take his time, survey, and find Andrews again. Makes the first man miss. Lamar, sidearm, slings it to Devontae Freeman. Lamar has all sorts of time. Now finally throws. No way they can cover that long. Jackson, there it is, right on. Mark Andrews, 2-point conversion. And it's blocked. Blocked by Calais Campbell. Consecutive giant plays for Campbell, keeping it a one-score game. Jackson with all sorts of time. Now throws. Caught. Andrews. Touchdown. Ravens for the tie. It's Andrews, and he got it for the win. Blankenship missed it. No good. Ravens will get the football. Jackson across the middle. Andrews has been the hero of second half. 11th catch for Mark Andrews on the ground. Murray has the first down. Second and goal, second in the game. There it is, caught. Touchdown, Marquise Brown. And this game is over. It belongs to the Baltimore Ravens. A furious comeback
Now the officials are heading off. They've seen enough, apparently.
How would you describe a game like this one?
Say it again?
How would you describe a game like this one?
Oh, man. I don't know. It's a weird game. It's a crazy game. I don't even know what to say, man. I'm just happy we got the victory.
And how are you feeling about that rushing record? You didn't get it.
We didn't get it. It's all good. We got the victory, and I'm good with that.
Thank you, Lamar.
Appreciate you.
Hi, welcome in, and Jay Barker Show live from AVX Audio Video Excellence, and what a game last night for Lamar Jackson, and man, his numbers were just unbelievable. We're going to dive into that and the great comeback from the Ravens. Again, 31-25 was the final last night, so a lot to dive into. Also, don't forget, we're presented by Top Golf of Birmingham. Go by and check out Mark Grenier and all the great folks at Top Golf. Top Golf of Birmingham offers not only great food, great drinks, great restaurant. It's fun for the entire family. I mean, we call it the bowling of this generation. They do a lot of charitable events throughout the week, and they do a lot of things to, whether it's bachelor party, bachelorette parties, birthday parties, anniversaries. You can throw all those out there at Top Golf Birmingham. And it's a great spot for tailgating before and after those UAB games. A lot of that happening against Florida Atlantic this past weekend. UAB got a big win in their second home game in Protective Stadium. Also, we are driven by Sunny King Ford. On the sunny side of the street, go see Tony Russell and all the great folks at Sunny King Ford. All right, we had a great guest lineup coming up today. We got Antonio Langham's going to be in studio with us, as well as we've got, I think Trent's going to be with us a little bit later on. Tony Curry, KCAST Radios, Tuesdays with Tony's going to join us as well, so look forward to that, and he'll be with us at 1 o'clock. We got Wes Neighbors, former lineman and All-American, All-SEC center for the Crimson Tide, is going to join us, and he'll be with us at 1:30. We'll get his take on Alabama this past weekend, their loss to A&M. More importantly, the line play. Kind of what does he see? What's his angle on all that when it comes to the offensive line, how they're playing, some of the calls that they're making, how they're executing things throughout the game. So it's going to be fun to kind of hear from him and hear his take on Alabama's upsetting loss to Texas A&M this past weekend. Now, the other guest we're going to have a little bit earlier in the show at 12:30, Jonathan Hutton's going to join us. He is from Outkick, and look forward to visiting with him. Was with him and the Outkick crew before the Ole Miss game that Saturday morning for a pregame show. And so Jonathan's going to join us today, give us his take and kind of what they're seeing from an Outkick's perspective as the college football season rolls on, the upsets from this past weekend, especially with Alabama, and just kind of what the road looks like going ahead as we try to find out who are the top 4 teams going to be to get to the playoffs. And again, for the Alabama fans, Alabama sitting in a perfect position right now. They're no longer the hunted. I know you want to be number 1, but they're no longer the hunted. They're sitting at number 5. They got things to prove. I believe this is where Coach Saban coaches sometimes his best football. I think this is where he motivates his team as well as any coach in the country. I think this is where he plays from this angle and from this position, and probably some of the best coaching that he does as far as getting the players ready, getting the players focused in, and more importantly, knowing that now they're chasing these guys, and you're going to get their best games over the next few weeks. I honestly feel sorry for Mississippi State this weekend, Tennessee next weekend. They get the bye weekend as well, and look for young players to start seeing some more playing time and especially more practice time, getting more reps, getting them prepared and ready to be able to face off and do what they need to do on the field during the game, not just during practice. But you got to get those reps. You got to get that experience. All right, back to the NFL. And again, Lamar Jackson last night, just an unbelievable night. And Lamar, as far as not only passing yardage, rushing yardage, he was 37 of 43, 442 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. He also carried the ball 14 times, 62 yards. Pretty amazing. If you look at just the numbers themselves, 0 points in the first quarter, 3 in the second. Then they got 6 in the third, 16 points in the fourth quarter. So 22 points they were able to score and then get 6 in overtime. So unbelievable game for them, and 28 points after being down the way that they were. They've got to storm back and win that game 31-25. So I know the Ravens right now excited about that win and just the expectations of what they've got as far as going forward with Lamar Jackson now sitting at that 4-1 record, and the Colts now 1-4 and 1-2 away. 2-0 for the Ravens now at home. So a little bit of NFL action for you last night. All right, as we continue, and again, Antonio Langham's going to join us here in just a second. Let me tell you about Local Realty, one of our great sponsors and one of our great people, the family. Jeremy and Gina Miller do a terrific job when it comes to helping you buy or really sell and buy your home. But when it comes to the sell side, they want to help you out with what's called a flat fee. Go to localrealtyflatfee.com for more information. That's localrealtyflatfee.com. 5-star rating on Zillow with over almost 1,000 testimonials now. They've sold thousands of homes in the Birmingham metro area. So a lot to be said there as far as what they're doing and what they're accomplishing, more importantly, how they're saving you money. With Local Realty, you can sell your home without compromising service using their full-service flat listing fee. And just go online at localrealtyflatfee.com. That's localrealtyflatfee.com for more information on Local Realty. All right, coming up at the bottom, Jonathan Hutton of Outkick's going to join us. We got Antonio Langham in studio. Lars may join us from Nebraska. He's on special assignment once again out there in Nebraska. And then we got coming up at the Cower second hour, Tony Curtin, KCAST Radio, and also Wes Neighbors going to join us talking Alabama O-line. We'll get his thoughts on Alabama's offensive line play so far. All right, we'll be back live from ABX Studios. You're listening to The Jay Barker Show.
You're listening to The Jay Barker Show, live from the AVX Studios in downtown Birmingham.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend any.
$4522. Don't wait. Call now. 800-324-4522. 800-324-4522.
O'Reilly. It's Superstart Battery Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. That means you can get up to a $25 gift card after mail-in rebate with the purchase of your Superstart battery. Return power, performance, and reliability to your car, truck, motorcycle, and more with Superstart batteries. Only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it'd be too difficult or take too much time? Then try Babbel. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel teaches you conversations that you will actually use. With 14 languages and lesson topics like travel, business, relationships, and more, you'll learn what matters most to you. Babbel. Language for life. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com.
Exam 4 needs to be sanitized.
Mersana's MRI clinic isn't operating at max efficiency. She needs a new certified tech certifiably now.
Someone's waiting in room 2 for an ACL scan. Can you handle that?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Has the pandemic affected your business? Even with more and more customers going online in the past 5 years, online business has grown greatly due to the pandemic. Now more than ever, it's important to have a strong online presence so that customers can find your business and products easily. That's where TownSquare comes in to help. Go to mylocalcustomers.com for a free competitive analysis to see how your business stands up to the competition. And if you're one of the first to sign up, you'll get $500 in free advertising on this radio station. That's mylocalcustomers.com. TownSquare not only can help you find more local customers online, they'll also help you grow your business to a new level. With premium website services that get you new leads every day and no contracts to sign, there's no better time to join. Not only that, TownSquare also has a dedicated marketing specialist who will be with you every step of the way, making changes that will benefit you and especially your business. It's fast, easy, and you can cancel your subscription at any time. So hurry to mylocalcustomers.com and get your $500 in free advertising today.
It takes 2 vaccines to help protect you this season, the flu and COVID-19. And now you can get both shots at the same visit. Learn more at cdc.gov/vaccines.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
Just the chance of a few isolated showers today. Otherwise, a mixture of clouds and sunshine, the high 86. For tonight, mostly fair with a low at 67. Very warm tomorrow and Thursday. Partly to mostly sunny both days. Highs between 85 and 88. I'm James Spain on the ABC 3340 Weather Center on Tide 100.9. It's 83 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
Pay attention to little details, and we all got to come together and sit down, and we all have to get on the same page and realize that this is the most important thing right now. And I think this morning with workouts, everybody came in with high intensity, you know what I'm saying? We know that feeling now, and we have to move past that feeling and get ready for Mississippi State. And, everybody's holding their head up high, and we're just going to keep moving forward and keep getting better.
Speaking up after a while, was there a singular moment? Was there a team meeting? Is it the locker room? What was that moment like, and what did you say to the team?
I mean, what I've said to you guys, we have to do a better job. Football has to be the most important thing. That's the biggest thing when you come to Alabama. That's the standard. Football is the most important thing, and that's what I expressed to the team, and that's what it has to be, and it's going to be that. The game plan they had, they executed it very well. I think they did a good job up front, and I think just going forward, I think as a D-line and as a linebackers, I think we need to watch film together more, and we need to just realize our pass rush lanes and how we can get to the quarterback more and be more effective so he doesn't have all day in the pocket. I don't think it was taken seriously. I mean, as you can see, after the Florida, which was a close game, we end up losing this game. So, I think together as a team, we really just have to focus. I think that's the biggest thing. I just feel like as if there's really nothing other teams are doing. I just think it's just us. We're in our own way right now.
All right, welcome back in. Will Anderson yesterday in the press conference talking about Texas A&M game and also their preparation for Mississippi State. Will has, to me, not really looked like himself and Antonio since the injury. It doesn't quite maybe have the same power, speed, which somebody would, coming back from anything that's going to slow you down, especially when it deals with your wheels, and being able to push off of that, and but still a great player, a guy that still causes disruptions. We didn't cause as much as I thought we would against the young freshman quarterback when it came to Texas A&M, but a lot to dive into there. We got Jonathan Hutton going to join us at the bottom of this hour. Jonathan is a host and a star rising at Outkick. Look forward to visiting with him. Was with him at the Ole Miss game. Had a blast, and look forward to hearing his take on it, kind of an outside take on Alabama as well as the SEC. So look forward to that. And we got Wes Neighbors, a good old boy Wes out of Huntsville, going to join us. We'll talk offensive line at 1:30, and then Tony Curry, TK, is going to join us. KCAST Radio, his normal time on Tuesdays at 1 o'clock. He'll be with us in studio for an hour. But Antonio Langham with us. Antonio, how you doing, my man? How's life been? How was your weekend?
It's great. I can't complain. Not at all. It wouldn't make sense anyway, so I don't need to complain.
Exactly. What'd you think about the game?
Oh, man.
Give us your take. Little Antonio Football 101. What happened?
You won't. I'll tell you what happened.
Tell me what happened.
Jimbo sacrificed 2 games to make sure he beat Bama. That's what he did. There's watching them play Saturday. I'm still trying to figure out how he lost to Arkansas, which Arkansas is a good football team. And after watching that game against Ole Miss, they are a really good football team. Arkansas and who's the
Mississippi State.
Mississippi State,
yep.
Especially the Mississippi State. How did he lose to Mississippi State? This shows me that he was more focused on making sure he backed up what he said in the spring about beating Coach Saban. And I feel like he sacrificed 2 games. He didn't show a whole lot to give Nick a whole lot to look at for this game, because he did things in this football game that you didn't see in other games. And that defense that he has at Texas A&M, especially that defensive front gave our O-line problems all night, man.
In the run game.
In the run game.
I really thought we should have kept running the ball, but there was, a little bit of issues there early on, but I think we got better. Brian ran the ball so tough. But in the pass game, in the protection especially, they overloaded that one side. My take on that, and kind of know the rules, is the quarterback or the center's got to take over, and you got to turn or slide protect back to it. If you turn or slide protect back to it, you protect yourself. Now, one time I saw where I can't remember if it was Matthew or Williams in the slot. They're looking down the line. They're looking at the snap more than looking at the safety that's coming late. Bryce sees the safety late and or sees it in time, gets ready to throw the ball. The receiver continues on a seam route down the middle of the field, never looks back. And so he saw it then. He tried to make the adjustment, wanted the hot route. And that is where they took advantage of an experience. They took advantage of guys who haven't played a lot together, took advantage of the chemistry of quarterback. If you've played a lot of a ball together as a receiver and quarterback, your receiver's helping you, saying, hey, here he comes. Right. The quarterback sees it. They have a look to each other that they know it's a hot route. You got to make it happen. But that probably was something they used to their advantage.
I don't think Bryce is being given that much liberty right now.
Yeah, may not be.
I really don't. Just watching the game, I mean, all our other offensive coordinators we've had and quarterbacks and stuff, we do it a lot. We did a lot of check with me.
Mm-hmm.
You see, they'll call a play, and then you'll see the quarterback. He'll start pointing out people. Then you'll see our offense turn and look to the sideline. We had Sart.
Mm-hmm.
When we had Lane, we'd do a lot of check with me. Well, I'm noticing with O'Brien because he's in the box. Now I'm noticing our offense and with Bryce, once a play is called, it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And Bryce is not checking out of a lot of plays. There's no more check with me to the sideline. So it's like whatever's called, run it.
I do think though, because I know from Braxton being in that room, is that he said he loves the way Bill does it because Bill gives them more responsibility at the line of scrimmage. So they are calling protections. They are can get out of plays. It's more of a pro-style approach to it than it is a college-style approach than what they had where he looked at the sideline to find that. Now, if Bill wanted to do that from the press box, he could still do it. I mean, guys are down there signaling or holding up boards or whatever. So you can still, if you see it up there in time, to get the call down to the sideline, to make the call. I mean, that travels about as fast as it does from person to person on the sideline from the booth.
But just watching all of our games thus far, we've been up with the games where we've been in tight games with the Florida game and then with the Texas A&M game, there was not a lot of check with me.
Yeah.
It would seem like a play was called and we run it.
Yeah.
Now maybe one or two times Bryce saw something and he tried to check out of it, but it just seems like we're just like, now I'm not in the QB room and you have better access when the QB coming to about the QB room than I do. But it doesn't seem like, even though they have that liberty, I don't think they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Bryce is doing it. I think Bryce is getting to the line of scrimmage and what is called is called.
Yeah, and I felt like when I watched the game, they kept overloading that one side. I'm like, all you got to do is turn. If you turn or slide, turn is more of a 3-step drop. You're just, everybody's going in that direction. You're just trying to put bodies there to make sure nobody can get through those holes, and you're leaving yourself very open on the backside unless you bring the back across. Or slide protection is more of it's more of a protection, 5-step drop protection. But now you still got guys coming that direction. We had two guys, the guard and the center, on the right guard and the center. They were blocking one guy every time. Both those guys had one guy they were blocking. And I'm just like, and turning one guy loose, and then the back trying to get two guys. He had to pick one. And normally you try to pick the closest one to the quarterback. Whoever's in the middle of the field, you go for that one, let the other guy run around the outside. It gives your quarterback a chance to step up.
Watching the game, I really did. I felt like watching it, we had a lot of missed assignments.
Yeah.
In that game. And there may have been times between the offensive line and there was lack of communication. And there were missed assignments. It just looked to me watching the game, they were, number one, we were out of sync, and we were missing a lot of calls, especially defensively.
Yeah.
After Malachi went down.
How big was that?
It looked like we was way out of whack.
Yeah.
And from what I'm hearing, Malachi has a signal call out there. Once movement starts happening, he's the one that makes the checks and all that. But if that's the case, then we're in a world of trouble. Because there's no way in the world I have two safeties in the game and nobody knows how to make checks.
Yeah.
There's no way in the world you can tell me that we have all these people in the game and we are relying on one person to make a check.
I can't imagine Jordan Battle, he's played so much. I'm sure.
That's my point. Yeah. If you got guys,
you may have guessed the wrong info.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I hope you did.
I do too.
So when Malachi goes down, my thing is.
Well, we did look out of sync once he went down. Now
we did, and
so it may be a little truth to that because we in the secondary we really looked out of sync once he went down. And if the case, then some people need to go home and get in the playbook.
Yeah. So out of sync in the psychology of losing a player like Malachi, a leader on the defense, it hurts you early on. And I'll be honest, I didn't think the hip was that big of a deal. I mean, he kind of butted the guy up a little bit in the face mask, but it is what it is. But during the week, talk about how there's certain like blitzes, stunts, and things that you rep and you get, and it's part of the game plan that the defensive coordinator and even Coach Saban, it's not like just plugging another guy in there because he hadn't got the reps. He doesn't really know where his route is, what his assignment. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like the reps matter in practice. And when you lose a guy that probably was a huge part of your game plan, how much of the game plan goes out at that point in time sometimes?
Well, shouldn't any other game plan go out at that point in time? Because every coach I've ever played for, especially with Coach Oliver, he used to always tell the backup guy, you may not get as many reps as the first unit. Pay attention on this sideline. Get the mental reps. Pay attention. Get on it. And then when you go in, we're in the film room. Watch the practice film. We're running those plays in the practice film. Then we're going in watching the practice film. Get your mental reps. Get your mental reps, because what you don't want is to lose. You have to dumb down your game plan because you had to replace some starters with some guys behind them because they have no clue. All week long, if you're not getting a lot of reps, get your mental reps. There's no way when you get to this level that I should have all these 5-star athletes and I have to dumb down my defense because I'm putting guys in there now. It has no clue what to do. When I was at BamaInsider, Coach Oliver, he made sure, even when I got into the pros, we used to have to take those. You had the same thing. We had to take those tests on the plane, go to different places. And I remember my first test. All I filled in was what the secondary had to do. I turned it in. Never forget it. Coach Saban was my coordinator. He said, "That's all you know about the defense. Maybe I shouldn't be playing you if you just know the secondary." You mean to tell me you don't know where the front's got to go, where the linebackers need to fit? After that first test, I could tell you what gaps the lineman was supposed to be hitting, where the linebackers was supposed to fill, where the safeties and all that. But that was a good thing. So when stuff happened on the sideline, I get sometimes stuff happening and guys want to blame you. I made the check. He just didn't hear it, or he was out of position. No, you're looking at the film. You missed the check. I was moving to what we needed to be checking to, but you missed it. So, it's a matter of being really and truly, once you get to college level, it's being professional.
Yeah.
If you don't understand the defense, go to your coach. If you having problems making checks, go to your coach. Go to Malachi, go whoever, man.
What Coach Stallings always say about test? You should always talk about don't fear a test.
Yeah.
A test tells you what you don't know, man. We can correct it, and so you want the test, but good stuff. Hey, Rock and Roll Sushi, one of our great sponsors. Also, we got Jonathan Hutton coming up. Outkick is going to be joining us, rising star and a host of Outkick in the sports world, and look forward to visiting with him. Already see him set up and ready to go, drinking his coffee. So we'll get to him here in just 1 second, live in studio there at Outkick. Hey, Rock and Roll Sushi, one of our great sponsors. And you hear me talk about him as far as the food, the amplified dining experience. Got this from them today. Locations need servers. We hear about this all the time, whether it's people needing people to come to work. They need servers. They need cooks. They need dishwashers. All the above. Business is booming. Locations where they need them. Tuscaloosa, Jasper, Trustful, Hoover, the new downtown location, 5th Avenue South, Richard Arrington, old Tiki Bob's building. Remember those Tiki Bob's downtown? So those locations, Rock and Roll Sushi, biggest hit in the restaurant business right now, right at 50 locations, new location downtown Birmingham, all throughout our listening area. They need servers. They need cooks. They need all types of people to help them when it comes to dishwashers and everything, all the above. And again, their business booming. They need some help. So check them out. If you're looking for a job, they got one for you at the biggest hit in the restaurant business. That is Rock and Roll Sushi. All right, Jonathan Hutton coming up next from Outkick. Stay with us live from AVX. Audio Video Excellence continues.
You're listening to The Jay Barker Show, live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham.
1 in 7 men will face prostate cancer. Nearly 500 new cases are diagnosed every day in the U.S. Traditional treatments can cause erectile dysfunction and urinary incontinence. But now there's a new option, high-intensity focused ultrasound, or HIFU.
Men who are really looking for an option that really preserves their urinary and sexual function are great candidates for HIFU treatment.
Preserve your quality of life. Call 866-4-VITURO or visit VituroHealth.com.
Hi, it's Jay Barker for AVX, Audio Video Excellence. They are the premier provider for custom audio-visual design and installation in the Southeast. AVX seeks excellence in everything it does, including a superior employee experience. AVX offers employees an industry-leading salary, insurance benefits, and 401k options. AVX technicians also receive the highest level of certification and continue training, making it one of the most awarded and decorated companies in the industry. Career opportunities are available now for technicians in Birmingham and Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. Join the AVX team by contacting them at avxinc.com.
Hi, this is Wes McClooney, owner of the New Balance Birmingham store. If you're average and you're looking for a new pair of running or walking shoes, I suggest you go to an average shoe store, where they'll sell you a pair of average shoes built for the average person with average size feet. But here's the thing, you're not average. No one is. We all exercise differently. We run differently. We walk differently. And our feet come in all sorts of widths and lengths. That's why at the New Balance Birmingham store, we employ fit specialists who will conduct an in-depth analysis of your foot's size and shape, along with your gait, and then determine the best New Balance shoes custom fit to you. Because New Balance isn't your average shoe, and you're not average either. Experience the difference an unaverage custom fit makes today at the New Balance Birmingham store on Highway 280 next to Chick-fil-A. New Balance Birmingham, your feet will thank you.
Hi, it's Jay Barker. I want to tell you about my good friends Craig and Keith at Birmingham Broker. Go online at bhambroker.com. That's bhambroker.com or 205-716-1269. Got 7 kids, man, and we had to sell a lot of cars. And these guys are looking for a lot of inventory. They helped us with all the hassle. No stress for us. They did the process as far as the sales and everything. Handled it all the way through. White glove type service. You'll love it. Again, it's bhambroker.com. Sell your car through bhambroker.com or 205-716-1269. Hi, it's Jay Barker for Siebel's in downtown Homewood, and now's the time to get your special place ready. Come in and let Siebel's design your porch with Kingsley Bait outdoor furniture and one of their custom swinging beds. For the great room, you're going to need their Carson swivel recliner. Siebel's is the #1 Carson recliner dealer in the country, and Sarah and I, we've got one, and we absolutely love it. Be sure also to check out their famous custom-made beds and bunk beds, built by Siebel's and made up with some of their best linens in town. Their staff can truly put your bed together like no other store. You can also follow Siebel's and shop on Instagram and Facebook. And be sure to call or go by their special store in downtown Homewood. The number is 800-448-1962. That's 800-448-1962. And just for listening, go to SiebelsCottage.com and order anything you want and type in Jay Barker for a special discount code. That's Jay Barker for a special discount code available only to our listeners for a limited time on The Jay Barker Show. Siebel's in downtown Homewood or online at SiebelsCottage.com.
It's Antonio Langham here to tell you about the easiest way to buy your tickets to your next high school game. Have you ever had to wait in line to buy a high school ticket or stop to get cash on the way to the game? There has to be a better way. There is. It's called GoFan. Check out GoFan.co the next time you need a ticket for a high school game. GoFan is easy, fast, and completely secure. You can buy tickets directly from your phone and just show the ticket at the gate. Download the GoFan app or visit GoFan.co now. That's GoFan.O.
All right, welcome back in as we continue hour number 1 here on this Tuesday edition, breaking it down as far as past weekend, and we'll look ahead a little bit, but I really want to get Jonathan Hutton from Outkick, and as I said earlier, just such a rising star in the sports world and a host of Outkick, and really a pleasure to spend some time with him and his partners, and 2 Saturdays ago for the Ole Miss game, but we welcome in Jonathan Hutton from Outkick. Jonathan, great to talk to you. I thought you were on the phone just having a good time, and I found out you're talking to my producer, actually.
As it should be. Jay, great to be on. Antonio, great to hear from you as well. And Barker, you crushed it for Outkick to Tailgate. Our numbers have never been higher, so thank you for making my job easier on that Saturday morning. It's tough to get people out on Saturday morning for an afternoon or night game. That I figured out that much as we've been on tour.
You got to get Antonio on at some point in time. You'll have a blast with him. He's unbelievable. A lot of fun as well. All right, let's just start here. your take of this past weekend. Alabama goes down to Texas A&M. Antonio brought up a great point. I don't know if you're online earlier. He feels like that Jimbo put everything into this game. I mean, probably sacrificed, not showing some things, probably sacrificed practice time, getting ready, because he said it. He wrote the check, and he wanted to cash it and make sure that he got this win over Nick Saban. Your take on that?
I'm with him. There's one caveat to that. He could not control Calzada in this game, and Calzada became a legend. Jimbo had to do that, plus everything had to go right. And it's very similar. I was there for the game. First time I'd been in Aggie land and experiencing the 12th man. So they played into that aspect. I was there in Gainesville as well, and Alabama jumped out to that early lead, 21-3. This was the opposite, right? So that's key number one. They get some defensive stops. They get some drives where they just get points on the board. They get a special teams touchdown. Like, there are things that went in their favor, and Alabama still came back to take the lead on an uncovered man for a touchdown with Williams. Like, Bama still came back in that game, and Texas A&M had an answer. That everything went in Jimbo's favor in this game, and that on top of the fact that he game planned it perfectly defensively. They had no answer up front for what A&M was doing to get after the quarterback. They got after Bryce Young all night long, and watching that game, Bama had no answer. I had not seen the offensive line play like that in my time covering the team this year, and that's where Fisher really made his money, so to speak. And he needed that boost. What an atmosphere at Kyle Field. And look, Alabama, they lose the game. They are still squarely in the playoff picture. I think a lot of people jump to conclusions on that. I still like the structure of this team and the fact that you have to play perfect, and a lot of things have to go in your favor to beat a team like this.
So if the starting quarterback returns this season, is there a quarterback controversy?
Right now, I wouldn't go away from Calzada. Are you kidding me? I mean, the guy had the game of his life. I understand that he's not going to do that every week. I would slow play the injury return right now. The way the defense is playing, the run game got going against Bama, and Calzada gained some momentum, gained some confidence. His fourth start? So yeah, I wouldn't go away from him now. We had Antonio, I'll ask you. So we were out in College Station, and Manziel walked into the bar we were going to there right after the game, and I thought to myself, what does Zach Calzada do on a night like tonight? Guy just had a game of his life. He has now legendary status in College Station, and he could literally do anything he wants. I don't know how you don't lean into that if you're the head coach, especially after Jimbo has gone over to the sidelines after he had to take over earlier in the season and calm him down, and to build him back up to that performance against the number one team in the country. You have to ride with that for as long as you possibly can and see what magic he has left in him.
Jonathan, I think he's going to run the NIL pretty well. Name, image, and likeness contract. It's probably going to come his way pretty soon, don't you think?
Yes. I mean, yeah. Anything the guy wants right now is how I would describe that. And the NIL thing would play a big factor for Haynes King too. I mean, I would be buying both quarterbacks, but maybe a statue company will be endorsing Calzada soon with the way they were treating that guy. I mean, on top of the fact that he was accurate, he had Pro Football Focus does these college ratings now, and I don't buy into every single rating or ranking that they put out. But the fact that Calzada had the highest quarterback ranking against Alabama's defense in like 3 or 4 years is just insane to me with the quarterbacks that they have faced, including Trevor Lawrence. Calzada had the game of his life, and still on top of that, took a shot on his ankle, came back into the game after going into the tent with the heck. I mean, you could write a script and it wouldn't be as great as what the scene was as the crowd's chanting his name. They were chanting his name as they left the stadium that night in the corridors. It was a really cool moment for a kid that had to battle through some tough adversity just to get his confidence right.
Go
ahead. Yeah.
Well, back to your question. One thing Jimbo was hoping is that Calzada wasn't walking in the bar with Johnny Manziel.
Exactly.
Hey,
It might have been a good night turned bad.
Yeah.
I was surprised. I will vouch for Johnny Football here. He was very calm. There were no crazy stories. We were with him for maybe 2 hours post game, and the guy was extremely courteous and like low key. Like, it's not the Johnny Football that I expected to see. It's the first time I had been around him in a setting like that.
Right.
Jonathan Hutton joining us from Outkick. All right, so Seth Small's mom, I don't care if you Alabama fan, whatever fan, to watch that reaction and to see her jump over the wall to run out to see her son, and just the angst and the what that parent feels like in that moment was captured as well. And when they did the double frame where you could see the kick and all that happening in real time was unbelievable.
And the setup, right? Like the entire
I hate that for
game.
Alabama fans, all of us.
Yeah. The setup for the entire game came down to that moment. The fact that they found them, and the cameras were on them for the reaction. And then you're right, the hurdle over the wall, like the spontaneous just jump, like flinging yourself onto the field as the sea of humanity. I loved it. It was like crowd surfing, like a concert. It was awesome. Chad, my co-host, Withrow, he was on the sideline for the fourth quarter, and Billy Lucci came up to him from Texags and said, "Head on a swivel, man, because things are about to get crazy if he makes this kick." And I think Chad crowd surfed to me back into the stands after he had the cameras rolling for that too. It was unbelievable, and I was jealous of the moment that he was on the sidelines for.
Jonathan Hutton again from Outkick, and really great to have him on. Let's talk Auburn and the Georgia game. Kind of where do you see them? Where does kind of Outkick look at Georgia, their defense, offensively, what they're doing right now? The number one team in the country. It's one thing when you get there. It's how do you stay there? Alabama goes from being hunted to now the one that's hunting and at that number 5 position. Kind of give me your take on Georgia, some of these other top teams, and even Oklahoma. Gosh, their comeback was unbelievable.
Yeah, so let's start with Georgia, Jay. And the thing about Georgia is they're so good. It's a lot like Bama minus the big time points. They're so good, it's boring at times. But their defense is so elite, you can't turn away. They've allowed 23 points in 4 SEC games this season. Bama allowed 24 in the first half to Texas A&M. I mean, it's just when you put it in context of what they've accomplished, and the fact that they starting the season allowed 0 points to 2 SEC schools. I mean, it's legitimate, and I love watching them play because on offense, it's also an old school approach, and some of it is masked around injury at quarterback, and they're doing what they can. But they ran 49 times for 201 yards in that game. They held Auburn to 46 yards on 29 carries. I mean, you can't run against the defense. They are stacked up front. Elite talent at each level, and that's why they're penciled in to be unbeaten as they take on Bama for the SEC title game. I cannot wait to see that because I do feel like we're going to see Bama and Georgia potentially twice this season, even though the Crimson Tide have lost the game.
And Oklahoma, as far as the comeback?
Oh, so
are they as good as everybody? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about Oklahoma. It's one of the wildest games. And here we are mid-season, and I still don't know about the Sooners and all this. I do know Caleb Williams. So they were chanting for Caleb Williams earlier this season, the 5-star freshman, and then he comes off the bench in this game and looked phenomenal. Meanwhile, they've got a rushing attack that everyone is lauding, and for good reason there too. But Jay, down 41-23, Koharski yesterday on Outkick, he was like, "Look, I turned the channel. I was watching the Ole Miss game, and Ole Miss Arkansas is on the TV in front of us in College Station at the same time we're watching Texas open up this big lead, and then Oklahoma pull back and take the lead and all the craziness that ensued. They are a lot like Bama. I think you have to play a certain style to beat them. You have to have some things go your way. You have to have special teams talent that can break open a game and build a lead. And then beyond that, you have to hold on for dear life because they go in spurts. And now with the quarterback situation, what it is, Rattler has not been good. Nothing compared to what the preseason analysts thought he would be. Set aside the Heisman hype, he just hasn't been that guy. And so now do you turn to the freshman? Do you allow your run game to be the focal point? And can that carry you to the playoff? That was a massive win. The last 2 years have been crazy between Oklahoma and Texas, and this lived up to the hype too. I still don't know if I'm buying them though, because week in and week out, they leave me scratching my head on exactly who they are and what their identity is, and whether or not they can put together a full 60. But they can pull together a landslide of points, and that's why ultimately they're going to be in the hunt.
After all the points that Texas and Oklahoma gave up, is the SEC the right landing spot for Texas and Oklahoma?
Absolutely. Have you seen Ole Miss's defense? Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, Arkansas's defense is pretty good, and Ole Miss is just, layup after layup. Same thing in that game. Like, I could not believe I was watching Sam Pittman in a 52-51 final going for 2 at the end. It's just the old school offensive line mentality. I never would have thought we would see that aggressive style of play offensively, and the fact that they have the confidence to do it. Even Kentucky is now going to more of the play action bombs away approach with Stoops. I think that's the style you have to play and adapt the same way Saban has adapted over the years offensively. Defensively, you have 2 elite schools that routinely recruit to that level, and it's Bama and Georgia. A&M is there too. We saw that on Saturday. Texas and Oklahoma. Oklahoma's defense can get the job done. It's not happening this year per se, but they can get the job done normally on an average year for them. And will Texas be able to get a boost in recruiting? Ultimately, though, Antonio, you know this, it comes down to which of those 2 schools gets the elite quarterback first. We had the discussion on Saturday, who's better positioned for the SEC? Is it A&M or is it Texas? And my answer was whoever can land the 5-star legitimate quarterback before anyone else. And as we know, A&M has had the quarterback struggles. Texas feels like they're on the way back up, but they suffered the loss. I think it's great. Oklahoma, Texas. I'm assuming there was some SEC chants in that stadium on Saturday.
Jonathan, great to have you on, my man. Thanks for joining us today on this Tuesday edition. Some great insight, and look forward to having you back on.
Hey, Antonio, are you going to be at the Iron Bowl? Because if you are, I'm going to put out an open request to get you on for the tailgate show that morning.
Well, if you're invited to the tailgate show, I can be there for you.
Okay, all right. I'm going to put it in pencil. Pencil, not pen.
All right.
Pencil it in.
That'll work.
No doubt. You'll have a blast. No doubt about it. Jonathan, thank you.
Hey, thank you, guys.
Appreciate it, man. Jonathan Hutton from Outkick and a rising star in the sports world, no doubt about it. And really a lot of fun to be around. And they have a great organization that I was telling Antonio about. Their pregame setup is amazing. It's like your CBS, ESPN, all that good stuff. So they are definitely continuing to move on their way up and everything. Hey, BamaInsider.com. If you're listening to us, watching us there, don't forget to like and subscribe. And continue to tell all your folks out there that they can watch us live even now from noon to 2. Watch us later on their YouTube channel as well. Just put in Alabama Football, Bama Insider, and also listening to us throughout all of our different locations throughout the state. Title 100.9 FM, our flagship station out of Tuscaloosa. Our stations in Birmingham, North Alabama, South Alabama, and 3 on the Gulf Coast. You can hear the radio show each and every day live from noon to 2 o'clock. Hey, Fully Promoted. Do you struggle finding new ideas for branding and marketing your business? Is your organization trying to find unique items that people really like to receive and use? In today's competitive business environment, your brand needs to stand out to get you noticed. Fully Promoted offers extensive branding, marketing solutions to get your name in front of your potential customers. They have local experts that specialize in putting your logo on apparel, team gear, caps, promotional products, trade show items, and printed materials. They provide access to samples you can actually touch and feel, and personalized service to assist you with product selection and decoration methods, taking your brand to the next level. Call Fully Promote today at 205-406-6430. And when you do, tell them you heard this ad on the Jay Barker Show for that special offer. That's 205-406-6430, 406-6430. Are you fully promoted? All right, we'll return. Antonio Langham, Jay Barker in studio, live at AVX. Coming up next hour, we got Tony Curry at the top, and also Wes Neighbors, former All-American, All-SEC center for the Crimson Tide, talking Alabama O-line. That's going to happen at 1:30, so stay tuned for that as well. We'll be back.
You're listening to The Jay Barker Show, live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham.
We know it's lonely at the top, but we don't mind.
National championship number 18. 13 in all. Absolute perfection.
Roll Tide. Join us Saturday as the Crimson Tide head to Starkville for a showdown with Mississippi State. Our coverage begins at 3 on your home for Bama football.
Don't miss a play at the Sportsbook at Pearl River Resort. Your front row seat to all the action. Place bets on all professional and most college sports at the counter, kiosk, or on your phone. Then catch the game on one of our 20 big screens from the comfort of the newly remodeled Timeout Lounge. Plus, the PRR Sports app gives you access to live, in-play sports betting. Sportsbook at Pearl River Resort. Be more than a fan. Be a player. Must be 21.
Join Randy Smalley and me, Captain Ray, for the Randy and Ray Football Forecast, where we pick the games against the spread. It's this Friday night at 11 following the high school scoreboard show on Tide 100.9. Brought to you by Randy Smalley, Floor and Tide.
Ask big.
Have you seen our artisan-created diamonds? If you've been in a room with one, you can't miss it.
Tom Osmond from Fincher and Osmond.
It's a diamond like I've never seen.
And he's seen a lot of diamonds.
Ask big.
At Fincher and Osmond, you can put artisan-created diamonds side by side with mined diamonds. When you see it.
More importantly, when she sees it.
FincherandOsmond.com.
McFarland Boulevard between Edgar's and Local Roots.
In a collision, easy decision. One name, one firm, one call. Mesrano.
I made that one call to Mesrano after being hit by an 18-wheeler. He got me $875,000.
I made that one call to Mesrano after being T-boned on McFarland. He got me $125,000.
I made that one call to Mesrano after my fender bender. He got me $50,000.
One name, one call, one firm. Mesrano.
No representation made that quality legal services to be performed is greater than quality legal services performed by other lawyers.
At Shell, we know from the time you get up to the time you wrap up,
good night,
there's a lot of meetups, eat-ups, and hurry-ups. So come to Shell and get 3 things done at once. Fill up with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus to help keep your engine running like new. Save up with the Fuel Rewards program and never pay full price for gas again. And snack up with in-store rewards to save even more at the pump. Make the most of the stop you need to make with Shell and engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus Premium Gasoline. See full terms and conditions at fuelrewards.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-777-1225. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-777-1225. 800-777-1225.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
Just the chance of a few isolated showers today. Otherwise, a mixture of clouds and sunshine, the high 86. For tonight, mostly fair with a low at 67. Very warm tomorrow and Thursday. Partly to mostly sunny both days. Highs between 85 and 88. I'm James Spain on the ABC 3340 Weather Center on Tide 100.9. It's 83 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
Welcome back in, and I want to remind you about e-tax break. Small, medium-sized businesses out there, owners, you may be aware, or you may not, that there are additional government stimulus dollars available to your business outside of the PPP loan. If you had employees, retain them during the COVID-19 pandemic, there's up to $33,000 cash refund per employee available to you, no matter if you had a financial loss or gain. For over 23 years now, the attorneys and the CPAs at e-tax breaks have been identifying tax credits and cash refunds available to business through more than 3,000 federal and state programs. Now, these are not loans. They don't have to be paid back. The e-Tax Breaks team has recovered over $2 billion to date for their clients and can serve you nationwide as well. The best part is there's no fee to find out if you qualify. They only work off what's called success fees, and so there's no financial risk to you at all, ever. You pay nothing unless they find the credits or refunds for your business, and about 90% of small businesses out there will qualify. And just check it out, see if you're eligible. So take a few minutes, make a phone call, or reach out to these guys if your business and see if it can qualify for this. It's etaxbreaks.com. That's etaxbreaks.com, or call them at 855-659-1231. That's 855-659-1231 for etaxbreaks.com. All right, as we get ready to wrap up hour number one, Antonio, that was fun with Jonathan, number one from Outkick. Good stuff from him. And we've been talking about the Alabama Texas A&M game earlier, but I do want to get your thoughts about that Ole Miss Arkansas game. Man, what a game that was. Would you have gone, to me, I think you tied up and then get to overtime on the road. I understand some people think on the road you go ahead and try to win it, but man, you come back, you get to that point, you kind of, to me, it's you live off that momentum, that you've now got the momentum and the adrenaline on your side.
I mean, I agree with that. I mean, college overtime is not like NFL overtime. So, I mean, I would have kicked the field goal and just played for overtime.
Yeah.
Ole Miss defense was not that good. It's not good at all.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a better chance. You got a 50-50 chance of winning the toss, getting the ball first, scoring the touchdown. Ole Miss getting the ball, and you having a chance. Arkansas defense was a little better than Ole Miss defense. So I don't know why. I don't know if he was at a point where he was just tired of the game.
Mm-hmm.
He was just like, look, let's just go for two. If we get it, ball game. If we don't, it's over.
Yeah.
I would have kicked the field goal and played for overtime.
All right, we'll continue live from AVX. Again, coming up, KCAST Radio. Tony Curry's going to be with us. He does each and every Tuesday for the full hour. We got Wes Neighbors at the bottom of the hour, 1:30. We get his take on Alabama's offensive line and some of the woes they've had over the last couple of weeks, and get his take on where Alabama needs to go from there. All right, stay with us live from AVX. Hour number 2 coming up next.
Following this summer's Tokyo Olympic Games, the eyes of the world will turn to Birmingham, Alabama, and the World Games 2022. Next July, the world will come together for the South's largest international sporting event since the 96 Centennial Olympic Games. 3,600 athletes will compete for gold in 34 sports, including lacrosse, softball, gymnastics, flag football, and more. Tickets are on sale now. Buy yours at twg2022.com.
I know you know about Guthrie's Chicken Fingers, but do you know about the Guthrie family? 1992, they started selling chicken fingers. They were the first chicken finger restaurant and the first drive-through chicken finger restaurant ever. They've been around for over 50 years. Since the beginning, Guthrie's have been using only the finest ingredients in their Guthrie's boxes. While others have tried to copy, nothing tastes like Guthrie's chicken fingers dipped in that Guthrie's famous sauce. Guthrie's restaurants are expanding to give the entire U.S. a taste of their golden fried chicken fingers. Franchise opportunities are available. Go to Guthrie'sChicken.com. That's Guthrie'sChicken.com for more information. At Schaefer Plastic Surgery, not only they treat you like family, you get a free opening consultation. Not normally you get that for elective surgeries you do with Dr. Schaefer. And he also combines experience gained from nearly 2 decades in practice, 8 years in advanced training to achieve beautiful, transformative results for his patients. As a board-certified plastic surgeon, Dr. Schaefer's goal is to exceed expectations while being dedicated to safety before, during, and after the procedure. Go online at SchaeferPlasticSurg.com. That's SchaeferPlasticSurg.com or 205-278-7969. For more information and located on Highway 280 across from Grandview Hospital. At Schaefer Plastic Surgery, not only they treat you like family, you get a free opening consultation. Not normally you get that for elective surgeries you do with Dr. Schaefer. And he also combines experience gained from nearly 2 decades in practice, 8 years in advanced training to achieve beautiful, transformative results for his patients. As a board-certified plastic surgeon, Dr. Schaefer's goal is to exceed expectations while being dedicated to safety before, during, and after the procedure. Go online at SchaeferPlasticSurg.com. That's SchaeferPlasticSurg.com or 205-278-7969. For more information and located on Highway 280 across from Grandview Hospital.
Whether it's for lunch or dinner, head out to the Cajun Steamers, a New Orleans-style joint that serves authentic Cajun and Creole food, cold beer, and great drinks. They are known for their wide array of Cajun classics and original creations prepared in an authentic fashion. This Louisiana Louisiana Kitchen can have you slapping the table for more. Stop by the Cajun Steamer and sign up for your Alabama, LSU, or Auburn fan card. Eat with the Cajun Steamer while your team is on TV and use your fan card to receive a 15% discount on your entire meal. With locations in Hoover, Trustful, Huntsville, and Franklin, Tennessee, they've got you covered. Head out today to the Cajun Steamer.
It's Antonio Langham here to tell you about the easiest way to buy your tickets to your next high school game. Have you ever had to wait in line to buy a high school ticket or stop to get cash on the way to the game? There has to be a better way. There is. It's called GoFan. Check out GoFan.co the next time you need a ticket for a high school game. GoFan is easy, fast, and completely secure. You can buy tickets directly from your phone and just show the ticket at the gate. Download the GoFan app or visit GoFan.co now. That's GoFan.co. Letter C, letter O.
Birmingham's best Mexican restaurant for over 20 years and counting. That's La Paz Restaurant in Crestline Village and Mount Laurel. They've got a great staff. Its delicious menu, award-winning cheese dip, and margaritas and vibrant atmosphere have helped to make La Paz a local favorite. Blue corn nachos, Texas barbecue quesadillas, steak and blue quesadillas, Baja fish tacos, signature fajitas, and much, much more. So head over to La Paz today. If you want a great lunch or a great dinner, you'll find all that at La Paz, Crestline, and Mount Laurel for lunch or dinner.
When you go to turn on the lights, you expect them to work. Our team at Alabama Power does too. But sometimes, extreme weather and events test our system. Knowing we're out there making repairs helps, but answers are what you deserve. So, we're rolling out new tools to keep you informed, especially during storms. Visit Alabama Power's new outage map to see outages in your area and get updates on repair times. And sign up to get personalized outage alerts on your phone or computer for free. Learn more at alabamapower.com/alert.
WTUG HD2 Northport and W265CG Tuscaloosa. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Touchdown. That championship trophy is headed back to Tuscaloosa. Now 15 dominating with this defense. Richardson breaks free on the sideline. End zone. You saw the Gatorade shower this time. I love it. Booker's wide open. Tide rolling again. Alabama again, the champions of college football. The Lucha kicker and will not be caught. Touchdown, great. Alabama is on top. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown. Alabama wins. The Crimson Tide will not be denied. Devontae Smith cannot be stopped. Saban with his 7th national championship. National championship number 18. 13 in all. Absolute perfection.
Jay Barker led the Crimson Tide to a national championship in 1992. Winner of the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award and a finalist in New York for the Heisman Trophy. Voted the SEC Player of the Year. Drafted by the Green Bay Packers, seeing time with the New England Patriots and the Carolina Panthers. The winningest quarterback in Alabama history with the record of 35-2-1. Member of the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame. Jay Barker brings that same championship quality and football expertise to his own radio network and show. Joining him is University of Alabama professor Lars Anderson, who is also a New York Times best-selling author and a 20-year veteran of Sports Illustrated. Live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham, The Jay Barker Show.
Henry Toto, the linebacker.
All of us have a story.
And I know the impact that he could make.
We have our own path. My path twisted. It turned. There were peaks. There were valleys. But it's my story. That's about what I'd work for, fight for, die for. I've been writing my own book since the first time I stepped on the field. And I've been writing it my way. Maybe you don't like it. It's mine. Not all that matters is what the next chapter is going to say.
That was Henry To'oTo'o, and he was reacting to A&M and also their preparation, getting ready for Mississippi State coming up this weekend. And Tennessee at home bye week, and hopefully Alabama can get some things back in order. And I don't look, this is where Nick Saban coaches at his best when not so much the hunt anymore. Now they're the ones hunting, sitting at that number 5 position in the country after being at number 1 for a number of weeks, and the perfect season last year as well. Alabama's always compared to perfection. They're always looked at how do you compare to the last national championship team or a national championship team that's played at Alabama. There's not many teams across the country that's had that kind of comparison over the last decade as Alabama's had under Nick Saban. So again, we look at these teams. I know the press, the fans, people can be critical at times and can look at things. Again, look at what you're comparing it to, and that's where the expectations come into, and the perception of all of it with Alabama football. I want to remind you that we're presented by Topgolf of Birmingham. Go out to Topgolf, see Mark Grenier and all the great folks there at Topgolf. Absolutely love it. Great place for parties, banquets. And Tony did a bachelor party, not you, but your friend did a bachelor party recently. Bachelorette parties, all types of anniversaries. Tony Curry's mouth just dropped, and
You did
not
bachelor
him.
party. I wouldn't invite
You wouldn't have enjoyed that bachelor party.
And
I invite you to a good one.
I'm trying to figure out which bachelor party I would not have enjoyed.
Hey, for
That
some,
one you wouldn't have.
for some reason, that mic is bad. And can you hear it? I don't know if you can hear it through yours, but it's not sounding good, a little bit distorted. So I'm going to switch you up here in just 1 second.
Okay.
But yeah, so going out to Topgolf Birmingham, also driven by Sonny King Ford on the sunny side of the street. Oxford Anderson, go see Tony Russell and all the great folks at Sonny King Ford. All right, Tony, if you don't mind, I'm going to take you off camera. And right there, I'm going to move you over this. Yeah, move you over here, and then I'll set the camera back up here in a second for you. But I need to get you on a better mic than what you were just on with that right there. So,
And the only reason I come to Jay is to be on television.
Exactly, I know.
I
make sure we capture you.
As long as I get a mug shot, I'm happy to see my face on something.
You might be how I miss Tony. Trent, what's happening, my man? How are you? We got a studio full now of guys. Antonio, Trent, and also Tony Curry. Trent, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm good. I see Tony, man. I ain't seen Tony in so long.
I know it's been a while, man. What's going on?
I miss the humor, man.
Heck, we're 7 short from starting a football team. What are you talking about? We get after it in there, man.
You expect me to play? You still short another one.
I'm wearing my cup. I can be the punter. I'm in.
I'll be the long snapper then.
Yeah, that's what I heard
awesome,
about
awesome. Tony, what you been into, my man?
Huh?
What you been into?
I'm as busy as a one-legged man in a you-know-what kicking contest. I've been up since like 2 o'clock this morning getting
Have you
after it.
really?
It's all good. Oh, yeah.
Why 2 o'clock?
I
know you don't sleep.
got work to
That's
do
when
on
he
the Tony
started
Curry
kicking.
Radio Network. I'm trying to, when I heard about I'm doing this K-Cast radio thing, and there's this Jay Barker Radio Network, and I was like, wait a minute. Well, I'm going to do the Tony Curry Radio Network. That's the only reason I changed it.
I know it is. I know it is.
So, yeah, Tony Curry sells a little bit.
Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you. I know it. I've been
Sometimes I
I've been
dream
trying to
that
grow
he
up
is
my
me.
entire life to be just like him.
I know it. Sometimes I dream that he is me.
No,
Like
Tony's always
Jay.
been my
I
mentor.
could be like Jay.
I wanna be like
Yeah.
Jay.
Like Tony.
Oh, yeah. I've been
Oh, there's so many great moments that I could go back and share with you guys. Early days with Tony in radio that we
Write a book.
cannot share on air.
Let's write a book.
No doubt.
Don't tell Lars that.
Yeah. He will.
Well, if
He got about 17 more Alabama books he needs to write
well,
first. He knows where his money comes from.
He'll write
He
it.
got
and
an
then
interview for the book.
if he's listening right now, he's already thinking about writing, and he won't interview either one of y'all. He just write it. He'd write it according to Lars.
Poor Lars. Every time he's on, you guys start.
He won't ask you to a question. He just write it according to
You're probably
Lars.
right. You're probably right.
He's talking about Dabo's book, Dabo's World. It wasn't authorized by Dabo, but we all warned him and said, "You better get it right. You better every bit of it better be accurate. You better." He put us in there just to make sure.
Yeah.
Covered him up a little bit with our
And
friend.
he said, "You guys in there?" I said, "How? How is that possible? I don't remember. I don't
Interviewing?
remember doing an interview with you about Dabo."
I think with some of our conversations on air that he just went ahead and took them as on the record.
Yeah, I learned Lars is a snitch, so I can't keep talking. And I can't say anything and hear around Lars.
Yeah, it's
Spit my
funny, too.
coffee out.
It's funny how time goes by because there's a lot of conversations you do have where they're off the record, but you don't say they're off the record, right?
Right.
And then you remember them a little differently 5, 10, 15 years later.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about the conversations you had, and you think, I think we're just talking outside the men's bathroom about this at a ball game. And next thing you know, you're talking about something that you went outside a men's bathroom at yeah. So that happens once in a while. We remember things after a length of period of time.
Tony, your take on Alabama's loss to A&M?
You shouldn't score 38 points and lose any game in the SEC. I'm still trying to figure out how a team that lost to Arkansas and Mississippi State beat Alabama on Saturday. That defense, extremely pedestrian, certainly in the second half. It's funny because whenever you see Alabama get behind in a game like that, it's the first time they trailed all season long. And, of course, we know the records, 24 straight against assistant coaches, 100 games against unranked teams, and blah, 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 blah. And you're sitting there, and as soon as they get the lead, you're thinking, okay, we're good. I can go put some burgers on the grill, and I'm going to come back, and they're going by 14. I got to give everything to Jimbo Fisher and what he's done with his football team. It's a team that only lost one game last year, had a fantastic season. He's won a national title, and coming in with 2 losses, you just think the Bama's going to take care of business. It's an 18-point favorite, and they got tripped up. And I think a lot of people thought that Florida game was going to scare them straight. Now we know better. And just with one loss, there have been 15 teams with one loss who have made the playoffs, so Alabama's certainly still in the mix. They still control their own destiny, but they got some work to do on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, they got it done, but defensively, they just gave up too much.
I really thought we'd pressure the young quarterback so much more. Give your perspective on why you think Jimbo won that game.
I'll say it again. Jimbo, he sacrificed 2 games to win this game, man. To be a Bama, he sacrificed the Arkansas game, and he sacrificed the Mississippi State game.
It was a big sacrifice, too,
yeah,
by the way.
Yeah, it was. I mean, hey, but
it was worth it.
But it was worth it.
Yeah.
He knocked off the number 1 team. His job is intact for a few more years. I mean, because if you watching the team against Bama, you can't tell me that same football team couldn't beat Mississippi State. Now the Arkansas game, Arkansas is pretty good, so I could see losing to Arkansas, Texas A&M losing to Arkansas, but Mississippi State. So that tells me that you were miles ahead getting ready for Bama, and you just figured, well, if we could just go in there and play halfway decent, we could beat Mississippi State and move on. You got Mike Leach there. He's an offensive mind too. So, and you didn't, your football team did not play anything like you did against Bama. Like I said, Arkansas, I could see that. Mississippi State, no. So that tells me you were looking ahead to Bama. You were trying to figure out, you probably been watching film when you should have been getting ready for Mississippi State. You watching film on Bama. You got everybody in the building watching film on Bama. I don't worry about your jobs. If we beat Bama, we good for a few more years. It's just like being the head coach at Auburn. If we win 1 or 2 Iron Bowls, we set for a few more years.
Yeah. But it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was a huge win for him. Again, as you brought up, I mean, and the quarterback played out of his mind, Tony.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best he's played in his career. We were talking about earlier, Seth Small's mom jumping the wall after he kicked the field goal. Gosh, I mean, even though I know that for Alabama fans, crushing, but at the same time, that was really cool.
Yeah, defenders running into each other. I've never seen that before.
No,
not for Alabama.
That was just picks. I mean, they got caught up in a pick.
I mean, you just don't see
it.
It's
actually really great design.
And you're just waiting for that moment where, okay, because going into the season, this was the defense, right? This was supposed to be every single year. It seems like we're always saying, is this going to be the best Alabama defense we've ever seen? And obviously, they got some work to do. They got some things to do. And again, it's not too early to get those things fixed. So we'll see what happens. But it's been a weird year. I mean, we saw Arkansas in that game this past weekend. Like, wow. And we're talking about an Arkansas team that's supposed to be great defensively. We know what Alabama did against Ole Miss, and all of a sudden, Arkansas. I mean, it's been screwy. It's been kind of strange.
Trent, your perspective on just the defensive play. Where do you see we need work?
I think all the way around, especially with the pressure on the defense. I mean, they gotta put pressure on that quarterback. I mean, no matter what, and DB's got to be able to make a play. They got to. And at the end of the day, man, that linebacker core got to be more than just it's just what is his name, Williams. What's the name in the middle?
Toto.
Yeah, they got to be more
Henry.
Yeah, got to be more to him. And at the end of the day, they got to play like an Alabama defense. And right now they're not. And that's not to just put too much on the players, but the coaches got to do whatever they got to do to get those players in the right position. And at the same time, the players got to, they got to play the play. They got to, play like they know how to be coached. At the end of the day, man, it's not just on the defense, though. It's on the offense, too, because if you run the ball through the whole game, I mean, look how hard Brian was running. I mean, I seen some out of him this weekend that I ain't seen this whole career there.
Just real quick, does Coach Saban ever, you get down the goal line, the 3-yard line, and O'Brien calls a pass play? I would think that in the headsets, Coach would go, nope, Brian, be robbed 4 times. We're going for it, 4 downs, run the football. If we don't get the touchdown, they start on the 1 yard line.
Man, I don't
And
know
you know what I'm saying? I
how they do
mean,
it now,
because it was
but
three
I know
straight
back
passes.
then when me and Mark was there.
Yeah.
I know if they was calling the running play, we were telling Greg in the huddle, "Hey, we
Change it
run
up.
this ball, change this play," and we was gonna do what we was gonna do. Because
did Greg change them?
Yeah, Greg would change them.
Yeah.
He
Maybe
don't
Bryce
have to-
didn't feel that comfortable yet.
Yeah, I mean, he probably don't.
Bryce doesn't have that liberty.
Yeah, he don't
That
have that
is true,
liberty.
yeah.
Yeah, he don't. I mean, but at the end of the day, man, when you got a running game like that, I mean, when them guys was marching down the field, I mean, Brian was running hard.
Mm-hmm.
Man. For him to put on that type of, game, to put on that type of, in that atmosphere, he's the veteran.
Yeah.
And right now you can see that Brian is the leader of that offense
Mm-hmm.
in the way that he's playing. And it's lights out. I mean, I can't take no, he earned my respect this Saturday, man. They should have kept handing that kid the ball, and they should have kept going over the top with Williams.
The best way to protect a quarterback is not just through protection; it's through a run game.
Yeah,
because then a run game creates
It's
play
toughening
action.
up everything.
That's right, and it creates play action pass, and you may catch them on a run blitz where you're able to break one for just like you would on a pass with zero coverage where you don't have a safety, and all of a sudden you're in the secondary, you get a big run, or if you don't, at least they're worried about it now, right? So to me, the run game, if they would have gotten to that earlier and often and just kept running the ball, it would have helped Bryce so much more in the protection because they could have play action off of that if they were gashed them, got the big plays down the field, kind of what we've done a lot in the past, and even this year with Bryce.
And it's so crazy because it's like deja vu to me.
Yeah.
I was there my sophomore year. We won a national championship my freshman year. Sophomore year, we lost to South Carolina. And we had a chance to be back in the game and win all this other stuff. And we didn't capitalize like we should have. But they actually played better than what we did when we had the best defense coming into the season.
Yeah.
And, we had all these returners coming back, and we had all these, these younger guys, coming, older guys now. And we had Dante Hightower come back because we didn't have Dante Hightower my freshman year because he got hurt. We had to pull Nico Johnson up. And so, he was coming back off the ACL. And, like I said, it's deja vu to me. We had Marcel coming back. And we had this great defensive lineman, which we was more talented than we was my freshman year, but we didn't have that leadership role. We didn't have that discipline. I mean, I remember before the game, we had freshmen and we had younger guys, other guys too, laughing in the locker room, playing around the locker room. And I was, getting upset with them. I was going off a little bit.
He wouldn't have liked us. Our team was the biggest jokesters. That was our way to loosen up.
Yeah.
It was, we knew when to get serious, but we had a lot of, it was, because every game Costello was like, we're not prepared because we'd have guys cracking jokes and making fun, but it loosened us up for the game. But I understand what you're saying. At some point in time, you got to focus in.
Yeah,
Tony, let me ask you this question, Tony. Watching the game, after Malachi went down, did it look like our secondary was out of sync a lot? Like we were missing a lot of checks. We were missing assignments.
Yeah.
Did it look like that to you?
It sure did. Yeah, absolutely.
So that tells me one thing: they gotta have more than one leader on that defense in that backfield.
I just can't. I mean, Jordan's been there, and I know Jordan. Coaches really raved about him, and the players have that he's such a great leader. I can't imagine he doesn't know the calls.
Yeah, but even if you look at that defense last year, Malachi Moore to me was the best defensive player on the team last year.
Yeah, he's a very, very talented player. He's got hurt.
Jay, you played with some guys now that was as talented as they could be, but they could not learn the offensive playbook for nothing in the world.
Yeah.
We won't call names, but it happens.
Well, they just couldn't react to it, right? They couldn't see it, react to it fast enough. They just couldn't recognize for me. I'm trying to help out.
I know you are.
Never mind.
I love you to death, but sometimes you will go there, and let's not go there. Let's just call a spade a spade.
That's true. That's true. Local Realty. There's a spade, one of our great sponsors. Local Realty, flatfee.com. Go online, check them out. You absolutely love Local Realty. They're going to help you when it comes to the sell side of your home. Local Realty, you can sell your home without compromising service using their full service flat listing fee. Again, it's a flat listing fee, $2,900 up to a $500,000 listing. That's all you pay with Local Realty. They've got a 5-star rating on Zillow with almost 1,000 testimonials. They've saved people millions of dollars the last few years just in selling their home on that sell side. Again, $2,900 flat fee up to a $500,000 listing, and it goes up incrementally, just a little bit every $100,000. But you're going to save a ton, if not thousands, tens of thousands on selling your home with Local Realty. Check them out, localrealtyflatfee.com. That's localrealtyflatfee.com for more information on Local Realty. All right, we'll continue live from AVX. Audio Video Excellence continues here in hour number 2. Wes Neighbors, former All-SEC All-American center for Alabama, is going to join us. We're laughing. Coming up on the other side, not the other side, at the bottom of the hour, 1:30, we'll talk about the O-line, some of the struggles, and I know why you're laughing about Wes, because you're going to have a good time with Wes, aren't you? Woo, come on. Say it again. Woo, come on. Inside joke. All right, we'll get back.
You're listening to The Jay Barker Show, live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham.
Your home for Alabama Crimson Tide football. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Whether you just found it or lived there for years, you'll never forget that feeling. It was something that made you realize this house would become your home. And since there's no place like it, it deserves protection just as special. So talk to a real person, not a website. Call your Allstate agent, Andrew Kniffer, today at 205-722-9201 or find us on Facebook, Andrew Kniffer Agency. Once again, you can reach us at 205-722-9201. Allstate, are you in good hands?
Don't miss a play at the Sportsbook at Pearl River Resort. Your front row seat to all the action. Place bets on all professional and most college sports at the counter, kiosk, or on your phone. Then catch the game on one of our 20 big screens from the comfort of the newly remodeled Timeout Lounge. Plus, the PRR Sports app gives you access to live, in-play sports betting. Sportsbook at Pearl River Resort. Be more than a fan. Be a player. Must be 21.
So, what are you sipping? Whether it's our freshly ground coffee to wake you up or an icy Polar Pop cup or Froster to keep you going, our new Sip and Save drink subscription at Circle K will keep you refreshed every day. Join Circle K's Sip and Save and grab any size drink every day for just $5.99 a month. Yeah, start sipping and saving today. Just sign up with your mobile number when you check out at Circle K. Limited time offer at participating locations.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like the world is throwing everything it has at you. And to succeed, you need someone to guide you through. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PCs and tech advice to help you navigate whatever challenges you're up against and get you safely to where you want to be. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
Tuscaloosa Tire and Service. They've got the big brands you know and trust. Goodyear, Firestone, Bridgestone, Cooper, and they can finance for you as well. When you need routine maintenance and alignment, a tune-up, whatever it is, belts, hoses, just basic stuff, or when you don't know what's wrong with your car, truck, or SUV, make it Tuscaloosa Tire and Service. They're dependable, they're trustworthy. That's why they've lasted for over 36 years. Skyland Boulevard, McFarland Boulevard East in Northport on Lurleen Wallace Boulevard. Check out the website, TuscaloosaTireandService.com.
Can I get a weight reading on the cat in exam 3?
Zuri needs a new vet tech after their current one literally moved to a farm.
Snap-to-tail checkup is waiting.
But finding an ideal replacement takes some training.
This is like herding cats.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Schedule virtual interviews and talk to candidates right from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Has the pandemic affected your business? Even with more and more customers going online in the past 5 years, online business has grown greatly due to the pandemic. Now more than ever, it's important to have a strong online presence so that customers can find your business and products easily. That's where Townsquare comes in to help. Go to mylocalcustomers.com for a free competitive analysis to see how your business stands up to the competition. And if you're one of the first to sign up, you'll get $500 in free advertising on this radio station. That's mylocalcustomers.com.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
Just the chance of a few isolated showers today. Otherwise, a mixture of clouds and sunshine, the high 86. For tonight, mostly fair with a low at 67. Very warm tomorrow and Thursday. Partly to mostly sunny both days. Highs between 85 and 88. I'm James Spann on the ABC 3340 Weather Center on Tide 100.9. It's 84 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
Well, this is the second time we won 19 games in a row. I think if you look back in the record book, we won 9 games in a row and went to South Carolina and played not like we played today and got beat. So, I don't know the psychology of all that, but it really is not when you get to the game. When you get to the game, everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to play well. It's what did you do to get to the game? How did you prepare? How did you practice? What kind of habits did you create? So you can carry those things to the game. And that's what sort of eliminates bad plays. You got to give the other team credit. They're capable of making plays. Their guys are on ship too. But when you don't do things like you think you need to do them, then that's because, what kind of habits did you create in preparation? So practice, how you take care of yourself, rest, recovery, all those things contribute to how you play in games. And I think all those things also are contributed to what your sense of purpose is. If you got great sense of purpose in what you want to accomplish and what you want to do, usually create pretty good habits to do it because it's important to you. And I think when the game comes, everybody wants to win. But we need to do things better to get ready to play better, especially when we're playing on the road, especially when we're playing against really good teams. And I don't know of anybody in our division that's not a really good team. So if we don't play really well, we'll struggle against anybody we play against.
All right, again, Nick Saban on valuing winning enough. Is the team valuing it? And he talks about this every year with teams, and actually been in the locker room with him at spring games, saying, look, this is a brand new team. We got to find our own identity. Even though we won a national championship last year, there are guys missing from that team. So this is a different team, a different year, and a different set of goals and things that they want to achieve and how they're going to get there. So is this team valuing winning enough? We got Tony Curry from KCast Radio in studio with us, and with us each and every Tuesday, and also Trent Richardson, Antonio Langham. I'm Jay Barker. You're listening to the Jay Barker Show live from AVX. Tony, the value of winning. Do you think the guys get away from that? And real quick before we get into that, tell everybody about KCast Radio and the Tony Curry Radio.
Yeah, you can still download the KCast Radio app. It'll soon be the TKR Tony Curry Radio. We do classic rock and roll. And we've got a whole plethora of brand new programming starting October 25th. Billy Gibbons, Billy Gibbons is ZZ Top.
Yeah,
now I know.
Billy Gibbons is going to be doing Billy Gibbons.
I didn't know it first.
Billy Gibbons, along with my good friend Austin Hanks, will be doing a show exclusively on our Tony Curry Radio Network, and also Damon Johnson, who now, of course, plays for Leonard Skinner. I'm sure you guys have been.
Oh man,
Sweet Home Alabama, right? Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
He's going to be doing a show. We have a Dark Side of the Pooch show, and we also have a show that you will love indeed. It's called Classic Hip Hop with John Supreme. That's going to be coming to Tony Curry Radio. So, man, we're going to be getting after it. It's going to be super cool, and we're super excited about it. So, thank you for letting me talk about that. It's going to be awesome.
So glad we got the shot of you, because because the first shot we had, that what is that spray where you can spray it on a boat and the boat floats? What's it called?
Flex Seal.
Flex Seal. It looked like they were Flex Sealing your head. There for a second. The spray was going directly down from the TV. You feel better?
I feel much better, thanks.
All right. Now, as far as all that, as far as the attitude or the winning attitude or the value of winning, as Coach Saban talked about, how do you think that gets lost among some of the players because they win so much that the younger players come in just expecting it?
Oh, man, I love when Nick Saban talks to his players through the media. I just love that because, every time he talks to the media, he's speaking to his team. And listen, he's kind of put the ball in their court. He's going to go, okay, guys, we lost the ball game here. We put you in the right positions to win this football game, or maybe we didn't. We're all going to have to go back to the drawing board, and they got that Mississippi State game going on next. Okay, so what's this team all about? And that's one of those, it's almost like having a locker room meeting without the coach, right? You guys are sitting around together going, okay, guys, we just lost a game we shouldn't have lost. What are we going to do to make it right? And he's kind of putting it on his team. I love the way he speaks to his team through the media. And listen, we all want to win, but, all these records had to go down eventually, or did they? And again, one loss doesn't mean you're out of the hunt. You're certainly in the mix, number 5 in the country, but you tell me how bad it feels in that locker room after beating 100 in a row unranked teams and 24 straight former assistants, and all of a sudden you have that taste in your mouth. You guys tell me what it felt like when you had lost when you should have been a 20-point winner.
You were there.
Feel like?
I mean, Garcia.
Yeah,
right?
I was there, man. I mean, Garcia played his best game, and I don't think he played a game after that.
Their wide receivers played their best game.
Yeah, Alshon played a hell of a game. Marcus Lattimore played a great game. He had the ball 37 times, and me and Mark touched the ball 11 times combined.
Yeah.
And so do you imagine how mad, Mark won the Heisman the year before. I was, I think I had rushed over 700 yards the year before. And that's between splitting cares with Mark Ingram and Rub Church, and that. So you got the two. They call us Too Fast, Too Fierce, whatever they call it. They had a nickname for us and everything. So imagine us just sitting on the sideline watching this young boy, this freshman, eat. I'm talking about he was, having a field day on our defense. I'm just like, so the next week when we got back, so I'm like, me and Mark, we got to run hard because there ain't no way in the world our defense can't tackle Marcus Lattimore, and they got to face us every day. And so we felt like, it was on our shoulders to make our defense better. We felt like we didn't do our job in practice.
Wow.
And so, just to have that, that motivation to feel like, well, man, we don't I let you down. I let you down because I let you slack. I let you down because I didn't work hard enough. It's something, didn't happen, or I wasn't focused enough for this game. So, that was like the worst taste ever. And so going through that year, man, was just a terrible year for us. I mean, looking at that game, the national championship game, watching Coach Saban have to, host the show, host the ESPN show against, was it Auburn and Oregon that year?
Mm-hmm.
He had to, host that. And I think he had to host the SEC championship. That was the most disrespectful thing it was for us, to watch our coach, knowing that we're supposed to be in these games. And it didn't even look right. It didn't even look, the same. So it felt different. And so, man, after we lost against Auburn, bro, it was just like, man, never again. And that's the, that's the quote that I made, never again. Man, Jay, I got to stop sitting over here because it looked like Lars is looking at me on his belt the whole time.
What changed? You know what changed? Y'all had that attitude because, number one, you wanted to win.
Mm-hmm.
Two, everybody had this dream of playing in the NFL.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Every coach in the SEC is going to start having these. What does it mean to win? How much does it mean to you to win? And the problem has become is that damn NIL. Excuse my language. Mm. Ever since the NIL has been put into play, nobody is focused on winning. Everybody is focused on me and trying to get those NIL deals. Nick Saban is going to have 1 million and more of those conversations with his football team, and every coach in the SEC and college football is going to have them because nobody is caring about winning. Everybody wants. Let me take that back. They want to win. They want to win, but now every kid in that locker room is looking at NIL deals and what can I do on that football field to get those deals?
It's just one more distraction.
Yeah. And it's a very big distraction.
Yeah.
And what they got to realize, I mean, Rolando used to say this all the time, right? We have players on the meeting on Thursday. Everybody knew Rolando McClain was going first round.
Mm-hmm.
He used to then tell you, look, I can't go first round, or I'm not going nowhere, y'all, if we don't look good as a whole.
Yeah.
If I don't look good, if a team don't look good, I don't look good. So at the end of the day, y'all got to match my intensity. Somebody got to step up because that NIL, whatever it is, that whole situation is going to cause so much trouble because you got guys that's not, dedicated to the game of football no more.
But nephew, they ain't gonna be dedicated because most of these kids are getting the deals before the season even starts.
Well, what they don't realize too is they ain't gonna get no NIL deals when they have 3 losses.
If they don't win, if you're not winning championships,
a lot of them getting the deals before the season.
And they're locking them in. They're locking them in for that.
They're gonna start losing these deals too.
Well, your quarterback's got the biggest deal out there, and he seems to be doing okay.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, again, he could be a different cat,
And you got one that's on the bench at Ohio State.
Yeah.
Then never played it down. Came out of high school, reclassified. All right, so if you're looking for NIL deals, maybe Fully Promoted can help you. If you want to get fully promoted, do you struggle with finding new ideas for branding? Marketing your business is your organization trying to find those unique items that people really like to receive and use. In today's competitive business environment, your brand needs to stand out to get noticed. Fully Promoted offers extensive branding, marketing solutions to get your name in front of your potential customers. They have local experts that specialize in putting your logo on apparel, team gear, caps, promotional products, trade show items, and printed materials as well. They provide access to samples that you can actually touch and feel, and personalized service to assist you with the product selection, decoration methods, taking your brand to the next level. Call Fully Promoted today, 205-406-6430. Mention that you heard this ad right here on the show, The Jay Barker Show, for a special offer, 205-406-6430. That's 406-6430. Are you fully promoted? All right, we'll continue live from AVX. West Neighbors coming up next. We'll talk Bama O-line.
You're listening to The Jay Barker Show, live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham.
1 in 7 men will face prostate cancer. Nearly 500 new cases are diagnosed every day in the U.S. Traditional treatments can cause erectile dysfunction and urinary incontinence. But now there's a new option, high-intensity focused ultrasound, or HIFU.
Men who are really looking for an option that really preserves their urinary and sexual function are great candidates for HIFU treatment.
Preserve your quality of life. Call 866-4-VITURO or visit VituroHealth.com.
Hi, it's Jay Barker for AVX, Audio Video Excellence. They are the premier provider for custom audio-visual design and installation in the Southeast. AVX seeks excellence in everything it does, including a superior employee experience. AVX offers employees an industry-leading salary, insurance benefits, and 401k options. AVX technicians also receive the highest level of certification and continue training, making it one of the most awarded and decorated companies in the industry. Career opportunities are available now for technicians in Birmingham and Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. Join the AVX team by contacting them at avxinc.com.
Hi, this is Wes McClooney, owner of the New Balance Birmingham store. If you're average and you're looking for a new pair of running or walking shoes, I suggest you go to an average shoe store, where they'll sell you a pair of average shoes built for the average person with average size feet. But here's the thing, you're not average. No one is. We all exercise differently. We run differently. We walk differently. And our feet come in all sorts of widths and lengths. That's why at the New Balance Birmingham store, we employ fit specialists who will conduct an in-depth analysis of your foot size and shape along with your gait, and then determine the best New Balance shoes custom fit to you. Because New Balance isn't your average shoe, and you're not average either. Experience the difference an unaverage custom fit makes today at the New Balance Birmingham store on Highway 280 next to Chick-fil-A. New Balance Birmingham, your feet will thank you.
Hi, it's Jay Barker. I want to tell you about my good friends Craig and Keith at Birmingham Broker. Go online at bhambroker.com. That's bhambroker.com or 205-716-1269. Got 7 kids, man, and we had to sell a lot of cars. And these guys are looking for a lot of inventory. They helped us with all the hassle, no stress for us. They did the process as far as the sales and everything, handled it all the way through. White glove type service. You'll love it. Again, it's bhambroker.com. Sell your car through bhambroker.com or 205-716-1269. Hi, it's Jay Barker for Siebel's in downtown Homewood, and now's the time to get your special place ready. Come in and let Siebel's design your porch with Kingsley Bait outdoor furniture and one of their custom swinging beds. For the great room, you're going to need their Carson swivel recliner. Siebel's is the #1 Carson recliner dealer in the country. And Sarah and I, we've got one, and we absolutely love it. Be sure also to check out their famous custom-made beds and bunk beds, built by Siebel's and made up with some of their best linens in town. Their staff can truly put your bed together like no other store. You can also follow Siebel's and shop on Instagram and Facebook. And be sure to call or go by their special store in downtown Homewood. The number is 800-448-1962. That's 800-448-1962. And just for listening, go to SiebelsCottage.com and order anything you want and type in Jay Barker for a special discount code. That's Jay Barker for a special discount code available only to our listeners for a limited time on The Jay Barker Show. Siebel's in downtown Homewood or online at SiebelsCottage.com.
It's Antonio Langham here to tell you about the easiest way high school game. Have you ever had to wait in line to buy a high school ticket or stop to get cash on the way to the game? There has to be a better way. There is. It's called GoFan. Check out GoFan.co the next time you need a ticket for a high school game. GoFan is easy, fast, and completely secure. You can buy tickets directly from your phone and just show the ticket at the gate. Download the GoFan app or visit GoFan.co now. That's GoFan.O.
Welcome back in, and hour number 2 here on this Tuesday edition. Tony just told the boys something so funny. They're all dying laughing and like in the floor. So I'm not sure what just happened, but we're going to be disrupted now as he just walks out the door and leaves like that. Exactly. All right, welcome back in, and again, live from AVX. We had earlier on Jonathan Hutton from Outkick, and also Tony Kerr with KCast Radio joining us now. We want to talk Alabama football as well as offensive line with one of our great friends and a guy that we have loved to have on the show, and that's Wes Neighbors joining us from our affiliate as well up in Huntsville, Alabama. But Wes, always great to have you on. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, good to be on. Glad to be here. Is
got anything on Langham?
Studio?
Trent Richardson.
Yeah, call it.
Is who?
Kylie's here.
Kylie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kylie.
Ooh, come on. Ooh, come on.
Oh my
I
goodness.
tell you when I could call them cows for you, but you got to pay me
Well,
for this,
man,
baby.
you say you gotta come call me.
I can stand
You
out there on
never
the back
show
of that
up.
truck. When you're trying to feed them, I can stand on the back of that truck and call them in for you. Woo, come on.
Is that how y'all did in Cow Creek?
Yeah, I learned that in Mississippi with my boy Steve-On. That's how you call him.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I went up there, hung out with him for a weekend. He got a bunch of cows behind his house.
Yeah.
I said, man, Mr. Mo, how you get them to come to you, man, when you want to feed them? He said, you got to call them. I said, how you call them, baby? He said, woo, come on. And the boys start running. Man. They start running, baby.
I love it.
So Wes, when it's time to round them up, call me, baby. I call them in for
Man,
you.
all they
Wes, how
gotta
many
do is
cattle do
see
you
my
have now?
truck. Oh,
Yeah,
too
but then they
many.
start running. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Too
they
many.
see my
How many
truck
you got
and
for real?
start
Like,
running, yeah. 100.
how many
I
do you
think.
have really? Like, I mean, estimate. How many?
About 100. 100. About 100. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's some good feeding right there.
That's 100 too many.
And we used to do cow tipping back in the day. I used to go out there to the country.
So, Wes, how you like that show that used to come on TV, Dr. Pole? Do you put that long glove on your arm and then you go down there and figure out what's going on?
No, we've been waiting you to show up to do that. You told me last time I talked to you, you'd pay me. You'd pay me if I let you do that.
You go way down there to take the temperature of the baby.
Yep, and they're looking the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's you to do Dr. Pole.
All right, let's switch gears from cattle to linemen. And,
I hate to be in that situation, Jay.
Oh yeah.
They asked me, to go milk something. I'd be milking the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Oh God!
Don't call me.
Don't call Trent to come milk your cow.
Or your bull.
And that's a bull. That's a bull.
Hey, Wes, if we can pull this thing back on the train tracks.
If he milking the bull, I'm out of there.
You just got that one, didn't you? Yeah. All right, so let's first of all your reaction to just the game this weekend. Texas A&M, defeats Alabama. Just your initial thought. But I really want to talk about the offensive line and just what you see is going on up front. But just start with the game itself.
Well, I mean, the game itself is really. There were so many mistakes done, but we got out-coached, we got outplayed, and what's very disappointing is we got out Alabama. How many games did we pull out in the fourth quarter at the end of the game when we've made every mistake in the world? And the defense had a chance. First of all, our kicker kicks it out of bounds. They get it at the 35, and then with defense let him come close to stopping them. And then the offense gets the ball back to win the game and goes 3 and out, drops a pass, and then we don't stop them again. They kick a field goal. So we've been winning games like that for 100 years, and that's the most disappointing thing to me. Now, you could go, how many drops do you have? 8 or 9, 4 sacks. We had no sacks, and they have a lot of great players now. I want to tell you that they do have a lot of great players, but they have a lot of holes too. And everybody else was able to take care of the holes, and they've been working on their holes. They had a second-string quarterback. He played awesome, obviously, but he was also protected. We finally hit him in the third quarter a couple of times, and he got rattled a little bit for a minute. You have to hit the quarterback, and we hit him rushing 3. We didn't hit them with all these crazy blitzes we were running. They were picking up and to me, all that was a difference in the game. Now, specifically on the offensive line, they had our number 2. And I don't know who was making the calls. I've heard the quarterback they were showing a blitz from the left or on our right, their left, and we were sliding right. And then the blitz would come from the left. And okay, you do it once. Hey, boom. That's good. You got us. But they kept lining up, and I'm recognizing it on TV. I know they can recognize it in the game, and they get us 3 or 4 times with the same blitz, and that's inexcusable. To me, that's just inexcusable. I mean, For offensive
and to me,
line,
Wes, and to me, I brought up the point yesterday was that you can't blame it all on O-line when it comes to protection because the quarterback has got to get into the right protection if he's given the opportunity.
Everybody has
Antonio
to
said
be going
maybe
the right way.
That's right. Whether it's the center making that call or whether it's the quarterback. To me, in that moment when you get that many guys, either it's a quick turn protection to get the ball out quick. At least you got body. Everybody's heading in that direction, so you don't have the gaps in the holes, or you slide it that way. Your protection in order to then bring the back to the backside, or maybe he stays front side based on the numbers and what you're seeing as a quarterback. You've got that ability to make those changes. I would think in this offense, but. Yeah, I mean, it seems simple, and I think they did correct it. I mean, the defense definitely corrected what they did in the first half. Only 10 yards for A&M in this third quarter.
Yeah, and then we started blitzing again because we were just rushing three that whole time. I don't understand what the decision made, but I mean, you can easily second guess all this. To me, it comes down to players making plays and doing what they're supposed to do.
Definitely.
I think Coach Saban's show was unbelievable, and going over to the things that. They could have done better from not running the right route on the interception from the one. I mean, the guy was supposed to be run one route, he ran another one, and the ball's where he was supposed to be. So, I don't. It's one of those things where I think there were busts in every phase of the game, and we kind of saw this coming. We've seen busts here or there, and when you can. I always thought this year it'd be the quarterback and his inexperience to get us beat. But in reality, he played a hell of a game. It's just the opposite. And what Coach Saban said in the scrimmages is that the people around him just need to do their job. If they do their job, we'll do just fine. But it's hard to blame the offense when they score 38 points. And you get beat. But they had an opportunity to score a lot more than that. And you just, when you're at Alabama, I think Feinbaum said it right. You're measured by perfection. And this is, but that game, I've been saying all year I didn't think we'd go undefeated. I thought it was almost impossible for that many young people. And you go and play in front of that many people, and we put them in the game early. We didn't take them the crowd out of the game. And then we kind of got them on their hands, and then we went over what I just said. The offensive line, the right tackle had trouble with that guy. That guy's going to be – all the guys, Coach Saban said during the week, all these guys are going to be in the NFL. This is the best front we play. All right? Now, they rushed the passer very well, but we ran the ball very well. We had
did.
a back
I
over
was
100
surprised to
yards.
get away from it.
Yeah.
And not to cut you off, neighbors.
No, go ahead.
Not to cut you off. To me, it felt like they made them.
You're gonna have to cut them off.
You're gonna have to.
It seemed like they tried to make us beat them with the run. They dared us to beat us with the run, and we didn't do it. We was beating them with the run. We could have.
Yeah.
And we went away from it. And I'm like, why are we not running the ball? Last 2 or 3 games, we should have just been running the ball.
What's that?
I think they weren't patient. It's the hardest thing in the world when you're offensive coordinator to be patient. When we have a 1st and 4 from the 4, of course, we did drop a touchdown pass, but we've been dropping passes all day. I mean, I don't think 19 did he catch a pass? I mean, he dropped a bunch. 8, Mechie dropped 2. It's uncharacteristic. I mean, these are balls that hit them in the hands. They weren't out of their body or bad throws. It's just you can't have that and win against. I mean, I thought Texas A&M had the best chance to beat us before the season. Then they had a rash of injuries. Then they were trying to play 2 freshman offensive linemen in the Arkansas game together, and you figure out you can't do that. I mean, somebody has to know what's going on, and then move that guy.
Do you think they'll be
away from each other?
Yeah. Do you think there'll be changes on Alabama's offensive line? And let me know. And let me ask you a technique question. One of the guys, I'm not going to point him out, but he has a tendency to duck his head when he goes back. Instead of keeping his head upright, he'll duck down in order. And when you do that as an offensive lineman, especially if you're on the outside, you're in trouble. A guy's going to run right by you.
Yeah, your head has to be over your ass, or you're in big trouble. I mean, but it has to be upright and even with your ass. You have to have a center of gravity. That's why I was such good at basketball. All I am is gravity. I'm all stuck on the ground. I mean,
I tell you like this: you got your head down on office line. I'm telling you to get up out of there. I'm telling Coach Deck, like, hey, I can't play with him, Coach. You can't see nothing.
You can't. No, and
No,
anytime
don't have
a
any
lineman
balance
does
either.
that, he's done. No
And the
balance at
defensive
all.
guy's
I do that with my
he's
little
trying to
league
get
line.
you off balance. Yeah. He's trying to get you off balance. That's the whole thing. Yeah. Yeah, Collie.
Wes.
Collie.
Yeah.
Quick question, man.
Okay.
Do you think this NIL mess is starting to affect these kids' winning mentality?
I don't know. I know that for a fact. I think that it could have.
That's for no fact now, Wes. Don't come on now. I just want your
opinions.
answer. I want your opinion. Come on, Wes.
I don't know. I don't. I think that this team has not come together as one. A lot of them, I think, are looking forward, even on defense. You watch some of the kids play, and they look like they're making business decisions out there. I mean, you watch we have the two softest inside linebackers maybe in history at Alabama. They're soft. They're athletic. They all can run.
Yeah, they just run around everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
you can't do that.
They're running up the middle for 15, 16 yards. Really? I mean, come on.
Wes, I hate to cut you off, man. This is a great conversation. I know we're running out of time, and Carly said he doesn't care to attend the rest of it.
Come back.
Wes, great to talk to you, my man. Hey, tell everybody in Huntsville hello, and we're gonna come see y'all soon.
Well, Antonio always says he's coming to see me, never shows up.
We'll be there soon. We need to do a live broadcast from Huntsville.
That sounds like a plan.
Man.
Y'all have a good day.
All right, sounds good. Wes, thank you. Wes Neighbors, All-American and All-SEC Center for the University of Alabama. A great perspective on the offensive line. All right, we got to get to break because we have a short segment coming back to finish up hour number 2 live from ABX. We'll be back.
You're listening to The Jay Barker Show, live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham.
Your home for Alabama Crimson Tide football. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Don't miss a play at the Sportsbook at Pearl River Resort. Your front row seat to all the action. Place bets on all professional and most college sports at the counter, kiosk, or on your phone. Then catch the game on one of our 20 big screens from the comfort of the newly remodeled Timeout Lounge. Plus, the PRR Sports app gives you access to live, in-play sports betting. Sportsbook at Pearl River Resort. Be more than a fan. Be a player. Must be 21.
Wake up to Wendy's and get a bacon or sausage, egg, and Swiss breakfast croissant for just $1.99. Made with fresh cracked eggs and served on a hot buttery croissant that's fluffy enough to sleep on. It's time to wakey. Hit the Wendy's drive-thru and get your bacon or sausage, egg, and Swiss breakfast croissant for just $1.99. That's a better breakfast for just $1.99. Only at Wendy's. We got you.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Third-party delivery prices may vary. Not following the combo.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
is pretty bad. So we're using Babbel.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said, now we speak Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon. Cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code WIN for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your next fill up. You can cash out anytime to PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code WIN for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code WIN.
Whether you just found it or lived there for years, you'll never forget that feeling. It was something that made you realize this house would become your home. And since there's no place like it, it deserves protection just as special. So talk to a real person, not a website. Call your Allstate agent, Andrew Kniffer, today at 205-722-9201 or find us on Facebook, Andrew Kniffer Agency. Once again, you can reach us at 205-722-9201. Allstate, are you in good hands?
Join Randy Smalley and me, Captain Ray, for the Randy and Ray Football Forecast, where we pick the games against the spread. It's this Friday night at 11 following the high school scoreboard show on Tide 100.9. Brought to you by Randy Smalley Floor and Tile.
Get that satisfying crunch. Now with 20% more honey. Try a delicious Nature Valley Oats and Honey Crunchy Bar with more of the honey you love.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
Just a chance of a few isolated showers today. Otherwise, a mixture of clouds and sunshine, the high 86. For tonight, mostly fair with a low at 67. Very warm tomorrow and Thursday. Partly to mostly sunny both days. Highs between 85 and 88. I'm James Spann on the ABC 3340 Weather Center on Tide 100.9. It's 84 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
Hey, small, medium-sized business owners out there, you may be aware or not that there are additional government stimulus dollars available to your business outside of the PPP loan. If you had employees and retained them during the COVID-19 pandemic, there's up to $33,000 cash refund per employee, $33,000 available to you no matter if you had a financial loss or gain for over 23 years. The attorneys and tax attorneys at CPAs at e-tax breaks, they've been identifying these tax credits and cash refunds available to businesses through more than 3,000 federal and state programs. They can find it for you as well. They work off only success fees, so there's no financial risk for you. You pay nothing unless they find the credits or refunds for your business, and 90% of small businesses qualify. See if yours does. Take a few minutes, reach out to these guys, see if your business qualifies today at etaxbreaks.com, etaxbreaks.com, or 855-659-1231, 855-659-1231 for etaxbreaks.com. Trent, thank you. Antonio, thank you all for coming in. Thank you to Jonathan Hutton as well from Outkick. Also joining us earlier in the show, Tony Curry from KCAST Radio, and Wes Neighbors from our affiliates, our affiliate station up in Huntsville, Alabama. Thanks to those guys for joining us. And thank you for you listening every day. And also Josh Smith, our producer, does a fantastic job and all the stuff that he's doing. BamaInsider.com, like or subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow for the Wednesday edition. Have a great day.
Hi, this is Wes McClooney, owner of the New Balance Birmingham store. Achieving your personal best often comes down to how you feel. And when it comes to the right shoes, nothing feels better than New Balance. The fit specialists at the New Balance Birmingham store conduct an in-depth analysis of your foot size, shape, and gait, determining the best New Balance shoes for you. Experience the difference of custom fit today at the New Balance Birmingham store on Highway 280 next to Chick-fil-A. New Balance Birmingham, your feet will thank you.
1 in 7 men will face prostate cancer. Nearly 500 new cases are diagnosed every day in the U.S. Traditional treatments can cause erectile dysfunction and urinary incontinence. But now there's a new option, high-intensity focused ultrasound, or HIFU.
Men who are really looking for an option that really preserves their urinary and sexual function are great candidates for HIFU treatment.
Preserve your quality of life. Call 866-4-VITURO or visit VituroHealth.com.
I'm excited to tell you about our newest sponsor here on the Jay Barker Radio Network. They pioneered the chicken finger box and the chicken finger restaurant. That's Guthrie's. Guthrie's recipes and process are often imitated, but never duplicated. Look, their sauce is probably the most copied sauce of all sauces all time. And I've known this family since my days down in Tuscaloosa, and they came over, and man, I tell you, it's nostalgic even today to see my kids going to that same Guthrie's. And great family, do so much for the community, but more importantly, provide the best when it comes to chicken fingers. Get out to Guthrie's today. I want to tell you about my good friends at Southern Assurance Group. Hi, it's Jay Barker. And look, Ken Needham has done a terrific job. Local company, 205-980-1505 is their number. That's 980-1505. Again, local, you can speak with the same team every time you give them a call. Full line of products from auto, home, boat, life. You'll trust them. They have a great deal as far as the relationships they build with their customers and 20 years with the same company and industry. Custom approach for your insurance needs. Give them a call, 980-1505. That is Southern Assurance Group. Hi, it's Jay Barker. I want to tell you about my good friends Craig and Keith at Birmingham Broker. Go online at bhambroker.com. That's bhambroker.com or 205-716-1269. Got 7 kids, man, and we had to sell a lot of cars. And these guys are looking for a lot of inventory. They helped us with all the hassle. No stress for us. They did the process as far as the sales and everything. Handled it all the way through. White glove type service. You'll love it. Again, it's bhambroker.com. Sell your car through bhambroker.com or 205-716-1269. Whether it's for lunch or dinner, head out to the Cajun Steamer. It's a New Orleans style joint that serves authentic Cajun and Creole food, cold beer, and great drinks. They are known for their wide array of Cajun classics and original creations prepared in an authentic fashion. This Louisiana kitchen can have you slapping the table for more. Stop by the Cajun Steamer and sign up for your Alabama, LSU, or Auburn fan card. Eat with the Cajun Steamer while your team is on TV and use your fan card to receive a 15% discount on your entire meal. With locations in Hoover, Trustful, Huntsville, and Franklin, Tennessee, they've got you covered. Head out today to the Cajun Steamer.
It's Antonio Langham here to tell you about the easiest way to buy your tickets to your next high school game.